My name is Ryan Cole. I'm 33 years old. I grew up in Minnesota, but Los Angeles has been my home for 7 years. People know me as the steady one, the guy who never misses a deadline, the guy who's always there, quiet but present. I don't make waves. I don't share much. But I have a secret, a story I've never told, not to my colleagues, not to my friends, not even to my therapist. It's a story that burns in my chest, a story about a woman, a photograph, a past I don't remember, and a feeling I can't shake. This is where it begins. It was last July. Los Angeles shimmered under a brutal summer sun. The city felt like a movie set, too bright, too vivid, with shadows lurking in the corners. I was driving across town to Pasadena. My heart beat faster than it should have. I was going to see Camille. She was new in our marketing department, 4 years younger than me. Sharp, confident. Her beauty was the kind that stopped you cold. Not flashy, just effortless. Like she knew exactly who she was. We'd been seeing each other for a couple of months. An office romance. Kept quiet. Our little secret. Nobody needed to know. She'd invited me to her mother's house, a white Spanish-style place on a tree-lined street. She was staying there, she said. Her apartment was being fumigated. I didn't ask questions. I was just glad she wanted me there. The thought of her made my palms sweat. My mind raced. What did she see in me? I wasn't the charming type. I wasn't the guy who stood out. But with Camille, I felt different. Like I was more than the sum of my routines. Like I was someone worth knowing. The drive to Pasadena was a blur. Palm trees flashed by. The heat pressed against my car windows. I kept thinking about her smile. That quiet way she looked at me in the office. Like she saw something I didn't. I wondered what her mother's house would be like. Would it feel like her? Warm? Inviting? Or would it be something else entirely? I didn't know. I just knew I wanted to be there. To be near her. To feel that pull that kept me up at night. I pulled onto her street. The houses were old, elegant, shaded by oaks. Hers stood out. White stucco walls, red-tiled roof, bougainvillea spilling over the fence. It looked like a place with stories. Stories I wanted to hear. I parked, checked my reflection in the rearview mirror, ran a hand through my hair, took a deep breath. My heart was loud in my ears. I stepped out, the heat hitting me like a wave. The air smelled of jasmine and asphalt. I walked up the path, my shoes clicking on the stone. I rang the bell, waited. My pulse thrummed. I was ready to see Camille, ready for whatever this day would bring. But something felt off. I couldn't place it, a prickle at the back of my neck, like the air was holding its breath. I shifted my weight, glancing at the windows. The curtains didn't move. No sound from inside, just silence. Heavy, expectant. I rang the bell again. My fingers tightened on the keys in my pocket. Maybe she was running late. Maybe I'd gotten the time wrong. I checked my phone. No messages, no missed calls. Just the time ticking forward. 2:47 p.m. She'd said 3 p.m. I was early. I could wait. I'd wait for her. I thought about our last date. A quiet dinner at a diner off Sunset. She'd laughed at my terrible joke about the vending machine at work. The one that always stole my dollar. Her laugh was soft, like a secret just for me. I'd watched her twirl a strand of hair around her finger, watched the way her eyes caught the light. I'd felt something then, something bigger than I could name, like she was a puzzle I wanted to solve, like she was a door to a room I didn't know I had. I looked at the house again. It was beautiful, but strange, too quiet, too still, like it was watching me back. I shook off the thought. I was being paranoid. It was just a house, just a visit, just Camille. But the prickle in my neck didn't fade. It grew, sharper, like a warning. I stepped back, ready to head to my car. Maybe I'd text her, check in. But then I heard it, a click. The door creaked open. My breath caught. I turned, expecting Camille's face, her smile, her eyes. But it wasn't her. A woman stood there. Older, late 40s, maybe early 50s. Elegant, striking. Her black hair was twisted up, loose strands framing her face. She wore a pale blue silk blouse, barefoot, her presence like a spark in the quiet. Her eyes locked onto mine, sharp, knowing. A faint smile played on her lips, but it wasn't warm. It was something else, something that made my heart stutter. I know you came here for my daughter, she said, her voice low, almost a whisper. But they weren't just a statement. They were a challenge, a question, a hook. I felt it catch in my chest. I opened my mouth to speak, but nothing came. Her gaze held me, unblinking, like she saw right through me, like she knew something I didn't, something about Camille, something about me. I swallowed hard. My hands felt heavy, the keys in my pocket suddenly sharp against my thigh. I didn't know it then, but that moment changed everything. That moment was the beginning of a story I couldn't escape, a story of love, of loss, of a woman named Elena, and a secret that would unravel me. The door creaked open. My breath caught. I expected Camille, her smile, her eyes, but it wasn't her. A woman stood there, late 40s, maybe early 50s, elegant, striking. Her black hair was twisted up, loose strands framing her face. She wore a pale blue silk blouse soft against her skin, barefoot. Her presence hit me like a spark in the quiet. Her eyes locked onto mine, sharp, knowing. A faint smile curved her lips. Not warm, something else, something that made my pulse stutter. "I know you came here for my daughter," she said. Her voice was low, almost a whisper, "but she's not home." Her words hooked me. They weren't just information, they were a challenge, a question. I stood frozen, my keys bit into my palm. "Oh," I managed. My voice sounded wrong, awkward. "I can come back later." She tilted her head. Her eyes didn't leave mine. "No need to rush off." Her tone softened, almost teasing. Her smile deepened, just a fraction, enough to make my skin prickle. "Come in." She stepped aside. Her gaze lingered, too long, too heavy. I felt it on me, like a touch. My chest tightened. I shouldn't feel this. Not with her. Not with Camille's mother. I stepped inside. The house was cool, shadowed. Old wood floors creaked under my shoes. Antique furniture loomed in the corners. Gauzy curtains let in slivers of light. They cast soft lines across the living room. The air smelled of gardenia and something older. Leather, books, maybe secrets. I stopped near a couch, unsure if I should sit. She didn't offer. She moved past me. Her blouse shifted with each step, fluid, deliberate. I caught myself watching, then looked away. Guilt twisted in my gut. What was wrong with me? "Would you like a drink?" Her voice cut through the silence. It carried a challenge, like she was testing me. "Lemon water? Wine?" She turned. Her eyes found mine again. They held me, unblinking. "Water's fine," I said. My throat was dry. My words came out too quick. She nodded. A flicker of amusement crossed her face. She disappeared into the kitchen. Her footsteps were silent, like she knew every inch of this house. I exhaled, tried to steady myself. My eyes drifted to a photo frame nearby. Camille, maybe high school age. Beside her, this woman, Elena. That's what she'd said her name was. Their resemblance was eerie, like reflections across time. Same sharp cheekbones, same deep eyes. But Elena's were different, hungrier, like they saw too much. She returned, a cut glass tumbler in her hand. She crossed the room, stood closer than she needed to. Her fingers brushed mine as she handed me the glass. The contact was brief, electric, wrong. My heart thudded. I pulled back, too fast. Water sloshed in the glass. Her lips twitched, like she'd noticed, like she'd meant to do it. She sat across from me. In an armchair, her posture relaxed, but her eyes weren't. They studied me, like I was a puzzle, or a threat, or something she wanted to unravel. "Camille doesn't bring people here," she said. Her voice was low, intimate, like we were sharing a secret. "But she told me about you." She leaned forward, just slightly. Her blouse caught the light. "Said you make her feel seen." I swallowed. My fingers tightened on the glass. "I guess I'm lucky then." I tried to smile. It felt forced. Wrong. Like I was playing a part I didn't understand. "Lucky." She echoed the word. Her voice curled around it, made it sound heavy, dangerous. Her gaze dropped to my hands, my chest, back to my face. "Maybe." She paused. Her eyes narrowed. "What are you to her, Ryan? A colleague? A friend?" Her tone shifted, sharper now. "Something more." I shifted. The couch felt too small. "We work together," I said. "She invited me here." My voice sounded defensive. I hated it. I cleared my throat. "Does she bring people here often?" Her smile faded. Her eyes darkened. "No." The word was clipped. Final. She leaned back, crossed her arms. "She's private. Like me." She watched me. Waiting. For what? I didn't know. The silence stretched. It pressed against my chest. I took a sip of water. It was cold. Tart. It didn't help. Why are you here, Ryan? Her question was sudden, like a blade. What do you want with my daughter? I blinked. My mind raced. I care about her, I said. The words felt true, but fragile, like they could break under her gaze. Elena's voice was soft again, almost mocking. She stood, moved to a side table. Her steps were slow, deliberate. She opened a drawer, pulled out a cream-colored envelope. Her fingers lingered on it, like she was deciding something. She turned, looked at me. Her expression was unreadable. She left something for you, she said. Her voice was quieter now, almost tender. Said if you came, I should give it to you. She crossed the room, stood too close, again. Her scent, gardenia, sharp and sweet, filled my lungs. I couldn't breathe right. She held out the envelope. My name was written on it, in Camille's curling script. I reached for it. My fingers brushed hers. Another jolt, stronger this time. I froze. So did she. For a moment, neither of us moved. Her eyes held mine. Something flickered in them, desire, doubt, danger. My heart roared. I pulled the envelope free, stepped back, tried to break the spell. What is this? I asked. My voice was barely a whisper. I opened the envelope. A single photo slid out. I caught it, stared. It was Camille, younger, her hair shorter, eyes softer, and beside her, arm around her shoulders, was me, smiling, like I belonged there, but I didn't remember it. Not the moment, not the place, nothing. My fingers tightened. The photo felt heavy, wrong. What is this? I asked again, louder, desperate. Elena stepped closer. Her voice was low, intimate. That's what I've been wondering. She tilted her head. Her eyes searched mine. She said you'd come. She paused. Her lips parted, like she wanted to say more. Then she whispered, but I'm not sure I want you to leave. Her words hit me hard. They weren't just about Camille. They were about her, about us, about something I shouldn't feel, something I couldn't ignore. My chest burned. Guilt, want, fear, all at once. I looked at the photo again, tried to anchor myself to Camille. But Elena's presence was everywhere. Her scent, her voice, her eyes. They pulled me, like a tide, like a trap. And I didn't know if I wanted to escape. I stared at the photo, my mind splintered. It was me, younger, maybe 25, in a shirt I'd forgotten I owned. Camille stood beside me, her hair shorter, eyes softer, my arm around her shoulders. We looked close, like we shared a secret, but my memory was empty, a blank page. I didn't remember her like this. I didn't remember us. My fingers tightened. The photo felt heavy, like it could pull me under. I don't understand, I said. My voice cracked. This never happened. Elena stepped closer. Her presence was overwhelming. Her scent, gardenia, sharp and sweet, clouded my thoughts. Don't lie to me, Ryan. Her voice was low, accusing, but soft too, like she wanted to believe me, like she wanted something else. Her eyes held mine. They saw too much. Camille told me about you, years ago. She paused. Her lips parted. Said you were her everything. Then you broke her. My heart pounded. I shook my head. I've never met her before the office. My words sounded desperate, like I was pleading. I swear. Elena's eyes narrowed. She studied me. Her gaze was a weight. I felt exposed, raw, like she could see the parts of me I didn't know existed. She tilted her head. A strand of hair fell loose. It brushed her cheek. I wanted to look away. I couldn't. Come with me, she said. Her tone was commanding, but there was a tremor in it, like she was fighting something too. She turned, walked toward a hallway. Her steps were slow, deliberate. I followed. My feet moved on instinct. My mind screamed to stop. The hallway smelled of cedar, lavender. Shadows clung to the walls. Family photos lined the way. They blurred past. Camille as a child. Elena younger, smiling. No pictures of me. Just that one. The one in my hand. It burned my fingers. I wanted to drop it. I wanted to hold it tighter. Elena led me to a small study. A lamp glowed on a desk. Its light was warm, but the room felt cold, heavy, like it held too many secrets. She stopped at the desk, picked up a leather-bound journal, thick, worn. She opened it, pushed it toward me. Look at this. I hesitated. My pulse roared in my ears. I stepped closer. The journal was open to the first page, dated 5 years ago. The handwriting was mine, my messy lowercase r's, my uneven lines. I froze. My breath caught. I flipped a page, then another, entry after entry, my words, my rhythm. But I'd never seen this book, never written these words. My hands shook. I read a line. Camille thinks we're being followed. My stomach twisted. Another. She's afraid her mother will find us. I'm not sure she's wrong. I stopped, looked up. Elena was watching me, her arms crossed, her eyes unblinking. Where did you get this? I demanded. My voice was too loud. Elena's voice was calm. Too calm. She leaned against the desk. Her arm brushed mine. The contact was brief, electric. My skin burned where she touched me. I stepped back. Too fast. She noticed. Her lips twitched, like she knew what I was feeling, like she felt it too. 2 years ago, she said. Camille brought it to me, said you wouldn't remember writing it, said your mind had locked it away. I shook my head. That's impossible. My voice was shaking now, like my hands, like my world. I flipped another page, read another line. We disappeared to start over. My chest tightened. Something's fraying inside me. She wakes up crying, says she's not the girl I fell in love with. I say you never were. The words blurred. I couldn't breathe. This isn't real, I whispered. I'd remember her. I'd remember this. Elena stepped closer, too close. Her breath was warm. Her scent was everywhere. You don't remember, she said. Her voice was soft, almost tender, because you couldn't handle it. She reached out. Her fingers grazed my wrist. I froze. My heart stopped, then raced. Her touch was wrong, forbidden, but it pulled me, like a current. You had a breakdown, Ryan. Her words were careful, like she was choosing them one by one. A bad one. Years ago. You and Camille, you were close. Too close. You ran away together. Left everything behind. I pulled my hand away. Her fingers lingered in the air, like they didn't want to let go. No, I said. My voice was hoarse. I'd know. I'd feel it. She tilted her head. Her eyes softened. But there was something else there. Something dangerous. You don't feel it? She asked. Her voice was a whisper, a challenge. She stepped closer. Her blouse brushed my arm. I couldn't move, couldn't think. You don't feel her, or... She paused. Her lips curved, just slightly. Something else? My throat closed. Guilt crashed over me. I was here for Camille. For her. Not this. Not Elena. But her eyes held me. Her voice wrapped around me. I wanted to run. I wanted to stay. I looked down at the journal, tried to focus. What happened to us? I asked. My voice was barely audible. To me and Camille? Elena's expression shifted. Pain flickered in her eyes, but only for a moment. You fell apart, she said. Camille brought you back, tried to save you, but you shut her out, locked her away, like she never existed. She paused. Her voice dropped. It broke her, Ryan. You broke her. I sank into a chair. The journal was heavy in my hands. I flipped to another page. Another entry. Tomorrow I'm taking her somewhere safe, away from her mother, away from everything. I stopped, looked at Elena. Away from you? I asked. My voice was sharp, accusing. She flinched, just barely, then nodded. She was afraid of me, she said. Her voice was quiet, raw. Afraid I'd stop her, afraid I'd keep you apart. She leaned closer. Her hand rested on the desk, inches from mine. But I see you now, Ryan. I see why she loved you. Her voice was a whisper, and I wonder if I could too. My heart stopped. Her words were a blade, a promise, a sin. I pushed the journal away, stood. My hands shook. I'm here for Camille, I said, but the words felt hollow, like I was lying, to her, to myself. Elena straightened. Her eyes didn't leave mine. She loves you, she said. Her voice was steady now, even after everything. She paused. Her lips parted. But I wonder, Ryan, are you worth it? Her hand reached out, stopped, hung in the air, like she was fighting herself, like she wanted to touch me. Again. I stepped back. My chest burned. Guilt, want, fear. They choked me. I didn't know what was real. The journal, the photo, Camille, Elena, me. Everything was fraying, and I was falling apart. The front door clicked. Light footsteps echoed. A pause. Silence stretched. My heart roared in my chest. Elena glanced toward the sound. Her eyes shifted, guarded, unreadable. "She's home," she said. Her voice was low, a warning. She stepped back. Her gaze lingered on me, heavy, like a chain. I felt it pull. That forbidden spark. It burned. I hated it. I turned away, toward the door, toward Camille. She stood there. Camille. Not the office version of her. Not the polished colleague with the calm smile. This was different, raw, real, like a painting come to life. Her hair caught the light, soft waves. Her eyes were wide, deep, full of love, pain, terror, something infinite. I opened my mouth. No words came. My throat was tight. My hands shook. The journal, the photo, Elena's touch. They swirled in my mind. A storm I couldn't escape. Camille stepped forward. Her shoes tapped the wood floor. She stopped, just out of reach. Her voice trembled, barely a whisper. "Do you remember me?" Her words broke something in me. They were fragile, like glass, like hope.
God, I wanted to. I wanted to pull her close, tell her I knew her, that I felt her. But the truth was a stone in my throat. Heavy. Cold. I don't know, I whispered. My voice cracked. It sounded wrong, weak. I hated how it sounded. Her breath caught, sharp, like a wound. Her eyes searched mine. They darted. Left. Right, looking for a spark. A flicker of recognition. Something to hold on to. I saw the hope in them, the fear. The weight of years I didn't remember. Her lips quivered. She turned her face away. Just for a moment. Her hand pressed against her chest, like she was holding herself together, like she might shatter. I wanted to reach out, to stop her pain. But my feet were rooted. My guilt was louder. Elena's scent still lingered. Her touch still burned my wrist. "I'm sorry," I said. The words felt useless. Small. They hung in the air. Empty. Camille's eyes flicked back to me. Wet now. A tear clung to her lashes. She didn't wipe it away. She let it fall. "I didn't mean to come back into your life," she said. Her voice was soft. Broken. "Not like this. Not again." She took a step closer. Her scent hit me. Bergamot. Rain. It stirred something. Deep. Familiar. Like a song I'd forgotten the words to. But the melody was there, just out of reach. I swallowed. My chest ached. "Why did you?" I asked. My voice was desperate. I needed to know. Needed to understand. Needed to anchor myself to her. Away from Elena. Away from the chaos in my head. She gave a sad smile. It was small. Fragile. But real. "Because you did." Her words were quiet. Certain. "You started watching me again. In the office. Same curious eyes. Same awkward pauses." She paused. Her fingers twisted the hem of her sleeve. Nervous. Like she was afraid to say too much. "Same stupid joke about the vending machine stealing your dollar." A laugh escaped me. Small. Surprised. It felt right. Like a reflex. Like my body knew something my mind didn't. "The vending machine," I said. My voice was softer now. "I said that?" She nodded. Her eyes lit up. "Just a little. Last month, in the break room. You didn't even look at me when you said it. Just tossed it out, like you used to." Her voice caught. "That was your favorite joke, back then." She looked down, her hands stilled. "When you said it, I knew. I knew you still carried me, somewhere inside." I glanced at Elena. She stood in the hallway, silent, watching. Her presence was a shadow, heavy, judging. I felt her eyes on me. Felt the pull of her gaze. It was wrong, forbidden, but it was there. I forced myself to look at Camille, to focus on her eyes, her pain, her hope. "I read the journal," I said. My voice was steadier now, but not much. "I saw what we went through." Her expression changed, fearful, hopeful, both at once. She stepped closer, so close I could feel the warmth of her. "Did it feel real?" she asked. Her voice was a whisper, a plea. I nodded, slowly. "Like a dream." I paused, searched for the words. "A dream I had once. one that meant something. My eyes dropped to her hands. They were small, delicate, but strong. I remembered something. Not a memory. Not exactly. A feeling. Her hand in mine, warm. Safe. I didn't know when or where, but it was there, in my bones. Camille exhaled. Sharp, like she'd been holding her breath for years. A tear rolled down her cheek. She didn't wipe it away. She let it fall. I thought... Her voice broke. She tried again. I thought you were gone, forever. She looked at me. Her eyes were raw, open. But you're here. You came back. I wanted to tell her I remembered. Wanted to give her that. But I couldn't lie. Not to her. I don't know if I'll ever remember, I said. My voice was quiet, honest. But I feel something. When I'm with you, I feel... I stopped. The words were hard. I feel like I'm supposed to be here. Her eyes widened. A flicker of hope. She reached out. Slowly, cautiously. Her fingertip brushed mine, just one touch. Light. But it was everything. It was salvation. It was home. The chaos in my mind quieted. Just for a moment. Elena's shadow faded. Camille was all I saw, all I felt. Her touch was an anchor, a tether. I wanted to hold on, to her, to this. I want that too, she whispered. Her voice was soft, steady, like she'd made a choice, like she was choosing me, again, despite everything, despite the years, the pain, the emptiness in my mind. Elena shifted in the hallway. A faint sound, a sigh, or a step. I didn't look. I couldn't. Camille's eyes held me. They were enough, more than enough. I took a breath. Let it out. Tell me about us, I said. My voice was low, urgent. Tell me who we were. Camille's lips parted. She hesitated, then nodded. Okay, she said. Her voice was stronger now. But not here. She glanced toward the hallway, toward Elena. Her expression flickered. Pain, fear, something unspoken.
My hand brushed hers
Let's
as
go
we
outside.
moved. It wasn't intentional, but it felt right, like it belonged there. We walked toward the door. Elena's gaze followed us. I felt it, like a weight, like a warning, but I didn't look back. I couldn't. Camille was in front of me, her scent, her warmth, her truth. That was what I needed. That was what I chose. For now. We sat on the back porch. The light faded through the trees. Shadows stretched long and thin. The air was cool. It smelled of earth, of dusk. Camille leaned against the railing, her silhouette soft against the sky. I watched her. My heart was heavy, quiet. Elena's presence lingered, like a ghost. Her touch, her voice, they haunted me. But Camille was here, real, warm. I wanted to hold on to that, to her. She turned, looked at me. Her eyes were soft, tired, but alive. You okay? She asked. Her voice was gentle, like she already knew the answer. I nodded, didn't trust my voice. My hands rested on my knees. They felt heavy, like they carried the weight of the journal, the photo, the truth I didn't remember, and the pull I shouldn't feel. For Elena, for something forbidden. I pushed the thought away, focused on Camille, on her breath, her presence. She sat beside me, close, not touching, but I felt her warmth, her scent. Bergamot rain wrapped around me. It was familiar, like a place I'd been before, a place I wanted to stay. I used to dream about you, she said. Her voice was low. After you left, she paused, looked at her hands. You'd show up, in a crowd, or a diner. You'd smile, like nothing had changed. But when I reached for you, you'd fade. My chest ached. I'm sorry, I said. The words felt small, useless, but I meant them. I wanted to fix it, to give her back what I'd taken, even if I didn't know how. She shook her head. Don't be. Her voice was firm, but kind. You're here now. That's enough. She looked at me. Her eyes held mine. They were steady, strong. It's more than I hoped for. I swallowed. My throat was tight. Tell me something, I said. Something about us. Something small. I needed it. Needed a piece of her. Of who we were, to drown out Elena's shadow. Camille smiled, small, Real. Okay. She leaned back. Her fingers traced the edge of the railing. You used to leave me notes. Little ones. On Post-its. In my bag. On my desk. They were silly. Things like, don't forget to breathe. Or, you're prettier when you're mad. She laughed. Software. The sound was light, like music. I kept them all, in a box, under my bed. I pictured it. Yellow squares, my handwriting, her hands holding them. Something stirred in me. Not a memory, a feeling. Warm, quiet, like I'd done it before, like I could do it again. I'd write you one now, I said. My voice was soft. If I knew what to say. Her eyes lit up. Just a little? You'd figure it out, she said. You always did. She paused, looked at the sky. There was this one night. We were driving. No plan. Just us. The radio was on, some old song. You sang along. Horribly, she grinned. I laughed so hard I cried. You pulled over, kissed me, said you'd sing like that forever if it made me laugh. I smiled. I could see it. Not clear. Not like a memory, but like a dream. Her laugh. My voice. The hum of the car. It felt real. Like it was mine. I'm a terrible singer, I said. My voice was light, teasing. She nodded. The worst. Her grin faded. Her eyes grew serious. But I loved it. I loved you. Her voice caught. She looked away, toward the trees. I still do. The words hit me. Hard. They were simple, true. They broke something open. I reached out, took her hand. Her fingers were small, warm. They fit in mine, like they belonged, like they always had. Elena's touch faded, just for a moment. Camille was all I felt, all I wanted. I don't know if I'll ever remember, I said. My voice was low, honest. But I want to try. For you. She squeezed my hand. Her eyes were wet, but she smiled. That's enough, she whispered. For now. Elena brought tea, set it on the table. Her eyes met mine, brief, sharp, like a blade. She didn't speak, didn't stay. Her footsteps faded. I exhaled. The weight lifted. Slightly. Camille sipped her tea. Her shoulder brushed mine. We didn't talk. Didn't need to. The silence was enough. The stars came out, one by one. I looked at her. Her face soft in the dark. I made a choice, not a plan, not a promise. A choice to stay, to be here, with her. Love isn't memory. It's not a journal or a photo. It's not what you keep. It's what you choose. When the past is blurry, when another pull tempts you, love is the hand you hold, the person you turn to. Even when you're lost, even when you're broken, love is what returns. And I wanted it to return. To her.
My truth.
To us.
A love I forgot. A pull I shouldn't feel. A choice I'm still making. I'm Ryan Cole, and I'm not alone. We all carry secrets, loves we've lost, desires we hide, mistakes we can't undo. That's why I'm here, on The Cheater's Diary, to share the stories that burn, the ones we whisper in the dark, the ones that make us human. What's your story? What secret keeps you up at night? What love did you lose? Or find? What pull did you fight? Or give into? Tell us in the comments on our channel. Your voice matters. Your truth matters. Subscribe to The Cheater's Diary. Join our community. Share your diary. Because every secret deserves a page, and every heart deserves a home. Don't wait. Speak now. We're listening.